Look. Daggers. 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 Look. 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 Look.
Check it, check. Maybe just a little bit more high. Wait, I heard it for a second. Check. Check.
Said I got the song right. Turn it to the turnstile. Twist it to the wrist. What?
A look dagger, like, you just give me somebody that look. Such a, like, don't fuck with me look, you know what I'm saying? Look daggers, like I'm throwing daggers at you. How did the look daggers come about? Basically, just knowing Ikey to mutual friends, from Elemental to Subtitle. And basically, I just seen him around.
We were talking to him backstage from Mars Volta show, but he was doing a lot of the same people we did. I don't think that's the first time we met, but that was pretty much the first time I remember talking to him about it, about the project.
Those first sessions were definitely very smooth and like thick, like you said, brand new heavies, inspired, real dope hip hop. Definitely kind of inspired by that heavy rhyme experience. Then after 6 months to a year, when we kind of had only half the record done, on the second half, I was definitely expressing to him that I wanted to get a little more of a, sort of a rock punch, even like an art rock punch, and you know, with Veronica and.
Yeah, Veronica, we both know for a minute.
Yeah.
Like I knew through some friends of mine at Teen Heroes, and Alex knew her.
I knew Veronica through, she used to work at Penny Lane Whittier. And she was always like the punk rock chick working at the record store.
Ikey and I think maybe he came over to my house and we got my little tape player and just started, you know, jamming or whatever. And I had like a couple little things here and there, and it kind of like formed into some songs or, you know, something we could work with when we got into the studio. That's how that formed, you know. I think the first batch was like New Wave Spaz Out.
Oh, you know the shit? Girl, shut your mouth! 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 Hey, y'all nigga, right, step into the party, dancing all to the nigga there. I'm a dork, but I'm cooler than the Beatles there. All the other mommy eating, mommy, one of you with the house. Sound dumb like the internet, look at all the girls that I ain't even interject. Shut your mouth, girl, had to interject. Before you let me know you were with it yet. Ha ha ha, are you with it yet? Am I making you uncomfortable, little man? Style make you wanna pair with girls love me, even though I got a beer good. I'm here, what, really on the logo. I don't even care if you really gotta go. I'm feeling kinda colonial, run out of color, but I'm still feeling on the out. Girl, shut your mouth. 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 Do the new way, spaz out. Do the running man backward, they can pass out. If you run, get your little ass out. If you ain't fucking with it, get your fucking ass out. Just go like a TJ. Play a Smith record on the table, hang the DJ. What? Girls rocking in your PJ. I don't even care about the he say, she say. I'm like the kid from the Wonder Years. If you ever wonder what happened to the other years, tell these bitches that their mother's here. No, I'm not gonna tell you what you wanna hear. Girl, shut your mouth and you're loving it. Wanna hold my heart when you're gonna need another bit. What? I guess I'm never getting over it. I guess I'm on the other kind of
classify it as either hip hop or rock, but definitely I try to make it as much like hip hop as possible, but not try to imitate the feel of it, because you can't really recreate the feel of a sampler. It's impossible, you know, or sequencer, but just try to sound like the records that some of that was taken from in certain elements, and try to do it that way, you know, especially with the more funky stuff that we did at Matt's place. Like, that's where it was good to have Marshall, who was a DJ, play drums.
Well, yeah, it was a great record. I mean, it was awesome, like, having Marshall in. I mean, like, I come from Long Beach, so, you know, I gotta like Sublime.
I met him when I was in Long Beach Sub All Stars. I met him and I used to go see him play when he played with Sublime. He was the original drummer, and he did all the beats, you know, for all their hits.
You know, Ikey's a great player, and we got a chance, all of us just set up in this room, about the same size as this. The guitarist, bassist, Ikey and myself.
Pat Bailey, guitar player, plays in the Breakers and then my friend Sean. We play together in a band off and on, and also a friend of mine, Nick Sanchez, who I'd known for a while, and we pretty much went into the studio.
We just kind of jammed until we had the riffs down, and then we pressed record on all those tracks.
And I had those people in mind for the first tracks.
You know, in all honesty, these were the first times, because it was 2 days, I believe, first time that I'd met these guys. The only guy that I knew was the studio owner, and that was just by chance.
You know, it's just fun to, like, sort of, you know, to have great musicians that you respect and that you've kind of run into over the years, like, you know, in the studio working and doing good music, and, you know, sort of flattering that they would want to come and do anything in my stupid, dirty backyard. This is my backyard. Kind of rocking the white trash tip right now.
So for me, that side of it was just more almost about making a record someone who made hip hop would sample.
Yes, yes. We got Busdriver in the house. Existereo, Mestizo. Yes, yes. Lord Zen. a dollar in the sky, the change comes soon. It might even pop off next week. See some bomb ass freak, but an immortal technique was like, damn, all shit is going down. Airborne rubbers are hidden in your town. My style receives a tap, the little fucked up untapped nerve still hidden in your crown. I swear to God, if these motherfuckers don't take me serious, you think I'ma take all of my bombs and just spit them in your mouth. I never regret, come to my show dressed in armor and you still catch a dead. I was born in the belly of East LA in 73, it was no accident. Hit harder than packs of men, shape shift the shows, we pack them in like a love tap from any Peggy get to the chin. I'm American but I'm feeling like Iraqi again. Whether I'm making my mark, I'm making your mixes and make it smart while I'm macking down your friend. I'm now bowing down to these pretend, acting like a stupid bitch on the motorbike to pretend. Chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. Sick of the nuke sky, even with the Yoda on the side. Coming on my first row with the $100 bet on 7 with the Yoda on the side. Back listening to House of Pain. Got my everlasting on and I'm about to go back out in the rain. Fools are like, where you been, dog? Been dancing around, tracking the fire, trying to do my best send up. Mexican descent, I am still iller than Ill Bill, watching Kill Bill on pills for real. Fuck this hateration. Two Mets is the soundtrack to Raider Nation now. Oh yeah. You want, yeah, get up. Keep it going. Busdriver. Raw dog hunter with the belly of the beast, and I've been running through the jungle and I'm grinding my teeth, and I've been looking for something to kill as part of my survival. Straight blade, buck knife, 22 rifle. I feel sorry for the mortals and their fears. Well, my baby will bathe in God's tears, and I'm crazy spaced off this here. So when the mountain appears, I downshift on them gears. Overseer like a sages, blast outrageous. They clear of all the pages while they're waging a war. Look back over the ages and just waiting for more, and then they'll think about the stages that they hate you for. One time my mind might find an outline, as long as I can find it, tie it to the noose. See double deuce and produce all the juice right. Every time I black out, I'm accused of new crimes. New crimes. New crimes. Mestizo. Yeah. Battling my demon, trying to find myself out. Walk to the rhythm, and get give out. I put myself into a position that I never find myself in. Watch me switching up the style too much. Too many of them try to be just like that, but can't feel the shoes in the human soul sack. So it goes entire text, and not a context of my suits up the rhyme next. Well, it's hard and only down from the top birth. A pyramid up in the one I'm floating off the top like. Come on, get niggas, no one can dance me. Touch it, watch it, time to get ugly. I'm gonna play the old gift to be the male model. Steaming on a cup of dummy, keep my hands well thought out. Siciliano, mama burn me from a bottle. Baby, guilty for tomorrow. Baby, give me hell, follow from my back against the wall. Props to fight to fall out as they call. Left hand, cross the touches, bar, will move next to bust, cut, high, just to want to touch and butt. Yo, make some motherfucking noise for 2 Megs in the look Daggers. Make some motherfucking noise for Busdriver.
Look out, I took your face and push it inside of this silo. I die so interesting because my life is so vital. Los Angeles native, creative, different type of different information accumulated upon the strange and feeling rappers looking like dead meat. Let them to the defeat, they got led in the feet. They carry me to the ass like a home by Alex. Like my style is very fresh. I'm a Los Angeles project melodian stylist, the custodian of the mildest temperament, but still of the wildest tenor. Busdriver comes showing each and every one of your rappers get your lives entered inside of my database, because Busdriver made the face of unsatisfactory results from your little rap onslaught. Therefore the bomb dropped because your song's not hot, and I had to put it aside of the goals. Motherfuckers all around the world, electricity, making it see me so sickly and unorderly. MCs already know I can't really heal me. Can you record this G? I'm out in the middle of a Long Beach, I'm looking for a bomb leash to listen to my hip hop tune. Go Busdriver, flip flops, MCs when they have hairs that look like balloons, cause I'm blowing up. Busdriver got it sewn up. Even if I don't though, I'll say, cause I'm from the project below Joe. I mean Dojo, yeah. Oh, delay. Do y'all know the way back home? Because when I rap on the top of the dome, I crack motherfucking backbone. You can't really even contact home. So I got home with Alex right here. Make some noise for Look Daggers. Noise for Look Daggers. Noise for Look Daggers.
ultimate goal was to make a band or be in a band that's hip hop and rock, but that doesn't sound like the Roots. I have so much respect for bands like the Roots. I wanted something that didn't sound like that, you know? So I never really found it in Ikey. Real quickly, kind of just with the musicians that he knows, quickly put it together, you know what I'm saying?
That was definitely part of like the plan, you know what I mean, was to use kind of the, just to get a lot of different kind of people. Ray was a friend of mine, and like he just, I met him, I forget how we met.
This had to have been like 11 years ago. But I had a friend, we had a mutual friend, Eric Warren, who he is in a band here in Long Beach called the Lynn Brown Society. He invited me out to, it's kind of like a potluck jam kind of thing, where it was at Que Sera, and I don't know how often they did it, but basically you'd show up and they'd have a big bowl, and you'd write down on a piece of paper your weapon, if you will, your instrument that you played, and put that in the bowl, and then someone would pick out a guitar player, pick out a drummer, pick out a bass player, and a lot of these guys, I didn't know anybody. So when I got called up, it was me, Ikey, and then Ikey on keys, me on guitar, and then drummer and a bass player.
He played on Beautiful Freak, and he's just a beautiful guitar player, you know. Then I found out later he's a famous skateboarder, I guess. Saw a video of him, and I was like, whoa, that's him.
And I just remember, I was just like, dude, who's this cat on the keys? Because he was going for it, and I never met Ikey before. And I remember at one point, he was done doing his solo, and then it was he pointed at me like, go!
Honestly, Mendee just adds a touch of class to everything.
She's a star for sure.
Peyote-ness of your caress, I'll take care of you, my careless heiress. No more locking window panes, no more shocking widow pain. All yours is my new middle name. It's such a big world for such a little game. I'll die the night, you're no longer in my eyesight. You know me well enough to know I might take you around and dress you up, take you downtown, try not to fuck things up without feathers. I'll still cover you, I'll take care of him and the others too. I'll die instead of you, that would be amazing. 2 steps in front of you, Before you say no, just kiss me, believe me. Before you get a chance to miss me, just leave me. There's a lie in the middle of believe. I'll die if I'm not around to let me hear you breathe. Before you say no, kiss me, believe me. Before you get a chance to miss me, just leave me. There's a lie in the middle of believe. I'll die if I'm not around to let me hear you breathe. I told every girl I know tonight I was in love with them. I never been so alone and left without a friend. Had to see if any of them ever really cared. I never knew the difference between a song and a prayer. And wondering if you're there to hurt me at my show, but really more afraid that you didn't show. See what you don't know, I fall in love with everyone. You'll say I don't know, and I'll tell you you're the one. It happens every week, it happens when I'm weak. It just so happens to be that time of the week. You tell me not to speak, tell me I'm a freak. Under other pressure that was under make a leak. And the sound of you asleep in the quiet resolve. I love you, wanna hold you inside, that's all. But all so fair when there's nothing there. You walking by like you don't even care. I'm right behind you, gasping for air. Feeling sorry for me, what was kinda like a care. So long for now, longer than your hair. I don't know the difference between the suck and the prayer. Before you say no, kiss me, believe me. Before you get a chance to miss me, just leave me. There's a lie in the middle to believe. I'll die if I'm not around to let me hear you breathe. Before you say no, just kiss me, believe me. Before you get a chance to miss me, just leave me. There's a lie in the middle of believe. I'll die if I'm not around to let me hear you breathe.
The band, you know, like that Travis and Chris played on the record, and so and they're best friends. They play together, you know, forever basically. So that's like the core of the group, you know, for sure. Like we put together, and then Jesse and I have been friends, you know, for years. And that's how I actually met Veronica, was through Jesse. And we've all known each other, Jesse, Chris, and Travis, for a long time.
Ikey called me up. He had some shows going on, and we didn't think Travis was going to be available, and so actually I was asked to come in and fill in on bass, but Travis ended up being available, so he ended up being back on bass, and I was like, you know, okay, cool, if you don't need me, let me know. And Ikey just said, no, like, come on down, bring your guitar and your keys instead, and we just did that, what was that airliner gig, I think was the first gig that I did.
That formation right there with Travis and Jesse and Chris is right there. They're just ready to go, and they're ready to go, and it's a no-brainer, you know. And they're lifers.
I met Ikey and Jesse like when I was 15, 14. I played in a band a long time ago with Jesse called Teen Heroes for a minute. Ikey was in that band too. And I met Travis probably. You gotta have to help me out with that.
Jesus. So like,
yeah, you can ask Jesse. He knows more.
98 or something? That sound right?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, it's been a while, I guess.
Yeah.
Jesse, Travis, and Chris all playing like an 80s cover band together. So they're always playing together. Like, I mean, so that's what's great.
Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah, that's what's great is that like, I mean, yeah, they're always playing. So it's just, you know, they're all great musicians that have those kind of ears.
Mr. Miyagi, they fucking rock, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking rock. And once you see the Look Daggers live, it all makes sense, you know?
Yeah, because I think that makes the best records, you know, when you have a band that can really play live together. And that's what was nice about Chris, Travis, and Veronica. All were in the same band.
I was in a band called Sexy Time Explosion at the time, and he asked if three of us wanted to maybe do like 3 songs. And then the last 3 songs I think were, what was it? There was 6 songs altogether, yeah. So it was like No Turning Back, Final Toss, Call You Later, That Look, New Wave Spaz Out. What is that? Is that about it? I think that's about it. I think I'm missing one, yeah. Yeah, Youth Are Getting Restless. That was part of the second session as well.
the first Lick Dagger show at a bookstore.
Over at Open Books.
Yeah, the bookstore in the back area. I think it used to be a kitchen or something. Yeah, that was interesting too. Like that was another thing. Like I just got into town. Ikey was like, "Hey, it's like last minute. Can you play this show?" So it was like literally like that afternoon, going to like this rehearsal room.
Ryland, is a friend of mine as well. I called him in. He played V drums on the record.
I would, bring in, as you can see to my my right, your left, this little set of V drums here, and there's a real drum. But Ikey really likes having. He loves the sound of electronic drums, but he doesn't like the feel of a drum machine. Like he loves the feel of a real drummer. He loves, warts and all. He likes mistakes. He likes all that stuff.
It's like almost like a break, almost like a live band break beat.
Yeah, the thing is, there's no sound. We didn't sample anything. Like there's no Pro Tools edits. Like we have an arrangement. The musicians, knew the arrangement.
I just said, well, I've got these V drums, and so I brought them over, and we just started messing with them and just working with it that way, and it turned out to be this great, cool mix between real drums, Chris over there on drums, and then kind of bringing in the V drums, and then we'd kind of switch off here and there. Sometimes on some tracks, Chris would do some V drums, and I would play, regular acoustic kit.
He played acoustic drums in the first part of Final Toss. Those really like soft drums are him too. record came out that way because there's a lot of explanation that it didn't have to be done, you know, so it was just cool to make a record, you know, like that. You don't have to explain things to people like everyone was chosen because they have an understanding.
With skateboarding, what I love about it is there's no rules. No one can tell you what you're doing is right or wrong, you know. I also love that you can do it by yourself or you can do it with a bunch of friends. And likewise with music, you can jam by yourself or you can jam with friends, you know. And there's no rules in music.
Jamming, you know, I think it's more like jamming and piecing things together, and you know, it just forms, it creates, I don't know, it comes together somehow, you know?
Ikey's definitely down for that sort of thing. He's, you know, he likes the spontaneity, and it's almost like he likes it when things go wrong, because it's like cool. It's, you know, challenges people.
It was always fun, you know, finishing a song and being ready for what was next, because we all got to kind of create and come together on that. So it always is easy when there's great players, and it was definitely easy that session.
I'm a really big fan of, you know, the more musical sides of rap music and people who are, you know, experimenting.
We just made the record as an experiment, and now I think we've kind of gelled over the last, it's been 2 years. It's been a two to 3 year process from first meeting up to actually where we stand today.
Now, like an actual piece, like, you know, like a many-piece band. So I guess we just, like you saw today, we were jamming it out, and then, hey, that part works, let's keep that.
It's definitely a piece, you know, because it's not chopped. Like records today, you can feel how edited they are, even if you're not technically able to do music or whatever. Like the records like this, I think, that are actually played, like, you know, it's definitely a period of time that you have to absorb it and listen to it in a piece, you know.
Pretty cool little musical family we got going here. A lot of these guys are pretty rad players, and it's cool to be a part of it.
Put you with the stay down. Like
like, the whole karaoke thing where it's like, you got somebody pressing play, you grab a microphone and you sing it. It just seems like karaoke to me. I mean, no offense, I don't want to get my ass beat or anything, but that whole Every Breath You Take thing with, what's his name? Who did the Every Breath You Take? Puffy. Yeah. What that is, that if you ask me, which you didn't, but you sort of did, that's just like the karaoke song comes on and you're drunk and the wrong lyrics came up and you're singing them and you got a hit song off of it. Well, that ain't hard.
Suffering style.
Which is very apropos for the music industry. It's becoming apparent, like, especially now that, that a lot of ways it has been a golden noose, for some people, for itself, for music especially, it's been a golden noose.
Suffering style is like, I'm so proud of it, I don't even know what to do. It's changed my musical direction.